Hello, everyone. Today, our lesson is going to be on comparing and contrasting stories in the same genre. So the standard is RL 5.9, which is compare and contrast stories in the same genre on their approaches to similar themes and topics. Your learning target will be I will compare and contrast stories in the same genre. And the definition for genre is the type or category of literature like historical fiction, realistic fiction, fantasy, mystery, drama, and that's just to name a few. The reading strategy spotlight that you're going to use for your readings this week is a Venn diagram. You're going to use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast the two stories. So your stories this week relate to historical fiction. So you can use a Venn diagram to help you organize your information. You could put one story, title one story, and then title the other story. You can put things that are different on the outside, and whatever is the same can go in the middle. What are story elements? We've talked about this the beginning of the school year, but I just wanted to review story elements with you so you can have a better understanding. First, there are the main characters. That's the important people in the story. They're also known as protagonists. Second is the setting. That's the where and when a story takes place. Now, it's important to remember you have to tell me the where and the when. Third is plot. That's the sequence of all events in a story. The plot is usually what we summarize when we summarize a story. And fourth are the themes, the underlying or stated main idea of the story. Often the author implies the theme through the narrator's main character's thoughts and feelings. The theme can also be the message an author is trying to send to you. So when you compare and contrast story elements, authors create relationships between characters, settings, and events by developing the interactions among the story elements. Good readers can identify the relationships between story elements by comparing and contrasting them. When you compare two or more things, you find ways they are alike or similar. When you contrast two or more things, you find ways they are different. So I already mentioned that your readings for this week are historical fiction. And adventure fiction has elements of danger. The reader feels excitement as a hero undergoes adventures. Some common elements in historical fiction. The common protagonist or main character are usually realistic people or historical figures. Common settings deal with the past. And common themes are important time periods or events in history, heroism, coming of age, or patriotism. To compare and contrast stories in the same genre, you need to ask yourself these four questions. Number one, how are the protagonists similar or different? Number two, how are the settings similar or different? Number three, how are the plots similar or different? And number four, what similar topics and themes do the stories address? So lastly, what I wanted to do is I wanted to play a vocabulary video about compare and contrast that you can watch.
Vocabulary. We're comparing and contrasting. Let's get it. Everybody's doing it. In fact, we do it all the time. We compare and contrast when we're in the store deciding what cereal to buy. We compare and contrast contrast when we pick out what movie to see or what player we want for our fantasy football league. I'll break it down for ya. Check. Comparing and contrasting, get with it. That's when you think how things are similar and different. When I compare things, I talk about how they're the same. When I contrast, it's the differences that I name. I analyze how they're similar and different. I'm looking close. Yeah.
Okay, guys, the video froze for a minute, so I just got it set back up. We might have seen this part, but I'm going to continue the rest of the video.
Compare and contrast 2 books, 3 foods, 2 unicorn dudes named Hofi and Stu. Yeah, that's how we do. But what's even wiser, before I write, I'ma use a graphic organizer, a Venn diagram. Yeah, I'll show you that. I just draw 2 circles that overlap. In the middle, I'll write whatever's the same. Just list the differences in the other spaces. With 3 things to compare, what should I do then? I could add a 3rd circle, so then let's get it in. I compare when I say how things are similar, like doll houses and ponies, both miniature. I contrast when I say how things are different, give examples and get specific. You get it? I compare when I say how things are similar or the same. Yeah, I bet that sounds so familiar. I contrast when I say how things are different, give examples and get specific. You get it? Okay, I have to write an essay. Here's the prompt. Would you rather be a wolf or a domesticated dog? Domesticated dog is like a pet. I'ma compare and contrast. That'll help me pick. I use transition words to help my readers know that I'm comparing and contrasting. Here we go. First, I'll compare how they're the same. Both have fur coats for the wind, snow, and rain. Domesticated dogs love to play together. Similarly, both puppies will play in any weather. Pet dogs have paws. Wolves do as well. Likewise, they both will eat meat. Can you tell? To see how they're different, let's contrast. Most wolves have longer teeth, and that's a fact. If a wolf gets sick, there's no medicine. In contrast, pets go to the vet. They let them in. Domesticated dogs don't worry about food. They get fed in a bowl. I bet they love it too. Unlike a wolf, which has to hunt, and if it can't find much food, they go hungry for months. A wolf can run free, do anything it pleases, while domesticated doggies are tied up with leashes. So while I might like to be a pet dog for a while, I want to be free. That's the call of the wild. I'm a wolf. I compare when I say how things are similar, like doll houses and ponies, both miniature. I contrast when I say how things are different, give examples and get specific. You get it? I compare when I say how things are similar or the same. Yeah, I bet that sounds so familiar. I contrast when I say how things are different, give examples and get specific. You get it?
Okay, guys, I hope with this PowerPoint in this video, it will help you to be able to compare and contrast things in the same genre. And remember, we are looking at historical fiction for this week. And please remember, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to your teacher.